A live crayfish, looks like it. It's the new tail flicking CrawDad soft plastic lure produced by Swimming Plastics. Just cast it in, let it sink to the bottom, and give it a few flicks, and she's going just like a real live CrawDad. A drop and flick retrieve is all that's needed. Just let the CrawDad sink to the bottom, little flicks, let it drop. Drop and flick, drop and flick. A fish will soon snap it right up. The tail flicking CrawDad glides forward, flicks off the bottom, and mimics all the actions of a real live crayfish. Start the retrieve immediately and the CrawDad becomes a great topwater bait. In free fall, the tail flicking CrawDad swims down looking just like a real live crayfish. The lifelike crayfish behaviour is a real trigger for feeding fish. They can't resist it. Whether from a boat, jetty or pontoon, the tail flicking CrawDad makes a great vertical jig. Give the tail flicking CrawDad plenty of slack line on the drop to perfectly mimic crayfish behaviour. Then drop and flick, drop and flick. Works every time. The tail flicking CrawDad looks real, smells real, and acts real. The tail flicking CrawDad, soft plastic at its finest. Find us on eBay. Okay, this next segment of the video is about rigging your tail flicking CrawDad. As we can see, we've got the specially weighted hook and a tail flicking CrawDad, and we get the hook and we need to put it in the base of the first section of the tail there, as you can see, right in the middle. Just put it through, and the weight, the lead weight that's wrapped around the hook, that'll go straight through as well, no problem. And get the eye of the hook just sticking out of the base of the tail there. Now, just flipping him over, we can see that there's a little hook slot there that helps line up the hook, and the hook should come out just around between his eyes. Just bend the head back a bit there. That helps if you have the head bent back slightly, just to keeps the CrawDad on the drop, keeps him nice and straight. And there's the hook lined up nice and straight along the centre line of the body. Now, if the CrawDad isn't falling correctly, you can pull the hook. I found if you pull the hook all the way through, pull the eye of the hook through, doesn't damage the bait at all, and yet the CrawDad sinks beautifully, actually glides forward beautifully when the hook's just slightly pulled out a bit more, gives a bit more keel to the bait, allows him to fall perfectly. You can see the tail easily flicks when you pull back on the line, and he's ready to go. Tail flicking CrawDad.